you so much for being with us today. We are super excited to be talking to our nominees for the Latinx Education Awards that are coming up. I'm Deanna Munoz. I'm the Civic Engagement Fellow with LEC and the founder of Latino Arts Foundation. And I am so honored to be able to be speaking to Irving Aguirre today. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. It's an honor.
Well, let's get started and let's talk about you. And can you tell us a little bit about your story and your story into education and that journey?
Sure. Yeah. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. My parents are Mexican, and it's I mean, it, I'm now in Kansas, so that's going to be quite interesting to know how I got from there to here. But growing up in LA, it was great. There were a lot of things that built me up as a person, as an audio engineer, as an instructor.
Mhm.
A lot of stories, a lot of experiences that really shaped who I am. And but I really have to really thank my parents, my family, and all their support for just the way they taught me things and the way they taught me to value education and always making sure that I was on top of my academics so that I could be someone someday.
Mhm.
And they really engraved that into me. And so I firmly believe that everybody has a power by being educated, and I want to make sure that the next generation has that power as well. And everybody's talented. Everybody has a different talent, and I like to help everyone be get the most out of their own talent if I'm able to do that. Growing up in LA, I was very musically inclined. Um, at the same time, I was very mathematically inclined, so I kind of had to decide a path. What do I want to do? Do I want to pursue music? Do I want to pursue mathematics? I did go off to engineering school, and I did a program in engineering, mathematics, and statistics, and at the same time I minored in music. But then I thought, this whole thing, this whole music thing, I really like it. I enjoy it. I record on the side. I've been playing with bands for a while, and I've been doing a lot of this stuff. People told me I was somewhat talented. I don't know, who knows. And so I decided to kind of combine both things and do audio production because there were a lot of numbers involved when it comes to acoustics, audio science, and all that. I did a master's program in audio sciences with a concentration in audio production, specifically for music production. And now fast forward, I'm very happy to be where I am. I now not only get to teach audio production at the university level, but I get to we have a program here in Wichita, Kansas that's kind of new. It's about 5-6 years old, and I've been a part of uh, developing the curriculum and making sure that we provide all the tools necessary for the students to be able to learn and shape their audio production skills. And it continues to grow, and we're just having a really really great time here, seeing how the industry is shaping out here in Wichita, not just for audio production but for music and for education in general. So that's kind of the abridged version of my story.
I absolutely love that, and I love the fact that you're doing audio production. Um, in that field, how's the representation, and why does it matter so much? Especially with the work that you're doing with the students.
Sure. Representation in terms of Latinos and
Yes, Latinos and
absolutely.
them seeing you. I have
Sure.
a daughter who's into film, and so
Yeah.
just seeing teachers that maybe look like her sometimes is just like
Right.
phenomenal.
Right. I'm very fortunate to be in a university that we became a Hispanic serving university in the last couple of years. We have leaders who really value just minorities in general and helping everyone from different backgrounds that I can relate to, and we have leaders who support those initiatives, and so we've been able to reach out to the broader community And I do believe that it's important for students to be able to see a familiar face, background, somebody who can relate to them, because that really helps them in their own goals and dreams and their own journey. So I'm just very blessed to be in this position that I'm in, helping students in that case, in that from those backgrounds. I In my program, we have a handful of Hispanic, Latino students, and we keep growing every year. Every year, we see more and more from different socioeconomic backgrounds and different stories. Everyone comes with the different stories, but it's been really great to mentor them, to get to know them a little more, and for them to get to know me a little more and know my story. And it's great when they ask me more details about how did you make it. Made it, but I really want to help them make it, because I saw it in myself. I was the first in my family to graduate, to go to college, to graduate, and earn a bachelor's, a master's, and then my younger siblings followed, and my cousins followed, and now my nieces and my nephews. And so it's a really nice effect that's contagious, and it's not only family, but it's also the community, which oftentimes they are like family, and it's just a contagious thing where they see a familiar a face that they can relate to, and be able to aspire to be like them because they look like me, and they understand me. So I'm able to help those students out more. And so and not just them, but also there are other minorities that I like to support, and just everyone I think has a beautiful soul and an awesome brain that they can achieve their dreams, if they a really push themselves to reach their goals, and b, if they have the right support system to get them there. And uh, I hope that I'm being that tool that can help them reach their goals as well.
To go into a little bit deeper, like, what would you say would be the right conditions for the advancement of our Latinx youth?
The right conditions. The first thing that we need is just our mindset. We need to make sure that we understand that just because we have a preference or another doesn't mean that we're bad at, let's say, math, for example. It's not that we're bad at math. It's not that we're not a good athlete. It's how much you put yourself into it, how much you give yourself into that. Everybody's capable of achieving anything. And the first thing is just within ourselves. The second thing is we can't blame anyone or anything for any disadvantage. Sure, there are disadvantages, but there is also a way to overcome those things. And it's a matter of finding the right people, the right tools, doing everything we can to overcome those barriers. And the whole reason why most of our families, if it applies to anyone listening, migrated over here, was because this was seen, or this is the land of opportunity, where if you can think it, you could make it. And so it's just a matter of being in tune with ourselves, finding the right mindset, and then finding the right support, the right people, and then just not giving up. That's the third thing I would say. It's just not giving up, because you never know when you're going to get your break. To all students, I tell this: you just never know. You might be a day away, 2 weeks away, a month away from your break, from that opportunity that either came knocking or that you're gonna knock down yourself. So those I think are the three most fundamental things.
That's absolutely beautiful. And yes, that is truly, especially in the mindset, like, that's something that we just don't think about. And so that kind of goes into my next question.
Sure.
Did you have any influences to go into like the audio, like to that kind of world? I mean, was there anything, or even a mentor that maybe you're like, this is what I want to do?
Sure. I didn't really have any mentors, to be fully transparent. growing up, I think the most I don't want to say the word professional, but the most that I got to see, the example that I got to see the best was of a teacher,
Mhm.
um, because I didn't really get to hang around doctors or engineers or any other, you know, career. I wasn't exposed to like any other career. Um, other than like a teacher. So I always had that in me, like, oh, I want to be a teacher. Oh, I like this. I want to be able to do this. If I were a teacher, I would do this differently. I would do it this way. So I didn't really grow up with any mentors within audio production or math. I think the closest role model, not exactly a mentor, but a role model in mathematics was Jaime Escalante. I mean,
Mhm.
just to be able to see that somebody that I could relate to was somebody who cared so much for their students and who did a lot in the field of math. And I just that was a role model. In terms of music, I mean, just the artists that you would hear on the radio. In terms of audio production, not really. I was a lot into rap when I was younger, and I was very fortunate to have earned a scholarship by one of my what I think is one of the greatest rappers, if not the greatest rapper, Sean Carter, who's
Oh,
known as Jay
yeah.
Z.
That's
He
amazing.
has
You got a scholarship through that?
right? He has a scholarship, and I was fortunate to get that scholarship, and that really helped me in a time when I was struggling, not just financially but academically, because those two oftentimes are related,
Mhm.
and so um, it's a scholarship that doesn't look at GPA, and my GPA was struggling at the time, and um, that really came at the right time. So I think that's people like that, people who are always caring for and looking out for others, and just trying to find a way for everyone to be able to make it. I think that's very crucial in our community, our society. So I really look up to those people who they themselves helped me. And of course, I cannot forget to mention my teachers growing up, who were very um, caring and sometimes patient with me, and who were very who believe in me as well.
Mhm.
It's family, teachers, just your entire community has a lot to do with who one ends up being. Our achievement and all that. It's not just ourselves. It takes a lot of people to get us there.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And congratulations to you for finding that
Thank you.
scholarship and that, spearheaded so much of what you're doing. And then you're giving that back to the kids
Yes,
you're with now. That's amazing. So for
absolutely.
our final question, well, kind of final, what keeps you going? Like when you wake up in the morning, this is why I'm getting up in the morning.
Sure. I mean, I am very fortunate to be in my dream job because I get to combine everything that I love. I get to teach. I get to do audio production. I get to make music. I mean, I have instruments in my office. I get to just whenever I'm feeling a little stressed or need a break, I just turn around, pick up my guitar, and play.
Mhm.
And I have that kind of flexibility. And I do get to dive a little bit into math when it comes to acoustics and audio science and all those topics. So I get to wake up every day and say, wow, this is amazing what I get to do. I also get to wake up to a beautiful family, and they always keep me going. Like I said, it takes a village,
Yeah.
and so everybody has been crucial to my story. And now where I'm at right now, even my wife and my daughter and our baby who's on the way, they are all important to my story. It continues they continue to be important and crucial to my story. So just waking up knowing that I'm healthy, that I'm alive, that they're there next to me, that we get to live together peacefully,
Yeah.
to know that I have a family that supports me, that I still have my siblings, my parents, my community, an awesome group of coworkers, students, bosses. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody is just it's all it all shapes and puts everything into place. And I just, like you said, I wake up every day, and I'm so happy, and I'm eager to do what I do, and it's awesome.
That's
I love it.
amazing. That's beautiful. So what would you tell students, out there? What would be your last thing to kind of give to them before we end?
So my advice that I would like students to take away from this or from anything in general is to never give up, to continue pursuing your dreams, whatever it may be, whether it's being a doctor, whether it's being a musician, whether it's being a stay-home dad, whether it's being, whatever you want to do, just don't give up. And the other thing I would like students to take away from this is to always make life better for those around you. Doesn't matter where you are or what it is, but always find a way to make life easier for others around you. We just don't know what others might be going through. We don't know their situations or circumstances. Everyone's different, but we do have the power to help others, whether we know their needs or not. But even something as little as small as a smile, as small as a thank you, and it doesn't have to be somebody who's completely, let's say, in poverty. You don't have to go out and volunteer and go on a mission trip or anything like that. It can be something as little as calling your mom if you are able to, and saying, hey, thank you for what you've done for me in my life and for everything. It can be something as little as going to another person, to the person at the coffee shop, and saying, hey, thank you so much for taking my order and for doing it with a smile and for helping us out with it. I mean, just the smallest things can go a long way and just make life better for anyone that you come across with. Just find a way to make it better.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Irving. Thank you for being here. Congratulations on your nomination. And we just appreciate everything that you do, all the hard work you do for yourself, for your family, for your community. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much also.
Yeah. Thank you, LEC. We will see you soon.
It was like us in ways. We're sitting there like in the arena in Las Vegas.
When I started this LEC community,